to day 4. If you missed day 3, go back and watch it. We talked all about this idea that we can be invested in the market in retirement, but we need another bag of money in order to buffer against the ups and downs like we are seeing. So here, what we're going to talk about today is the ideal characteristics for this other bag of money. And really, these should be the measures as to how we measure any ideal investment in our world. Okay? So, first thing that everybody wants is they want a rate of return. We want to make sure it's not earning chunk change, but we also understand that we can't have the volatility of stocks. Okay? We also want it guaranteed in some way. Everybody wants their money to be somewhat guaranteed that there's not going to be a downturn in it. That once it's caught a level of asset base, it's not going to go back down. That's what a lot of people are missing right now. We of course want it to be tax efficient, if possible, tax free. Okay? We want it to be easy. We want it to be something that we can save on a monthly basis, on an annual basis. It's just part of our routine, part of our savings rate. Okay? We also want it to be free of fees and no trouble. We don't want too much control on it. And this is where we get into concerns when it comes to RSPs and RIFs and those type of things, because you don't have a lot of control and say as to how and when you spend that income and how much tax is on it. So we want fees, and we don't want a lot of trouble on the account. Some of the other characteristics that we want to take into account that most people don't consider when it comes to their investments until it's a problem are these other avenues, okay? Number 1, it's protected from bankruptcy. Now, we never want to think that this will ever happen to us, but life happens, okay? What about from creditors? You know how you hit somebody in a car accident and people are getting sued left, right, and center these days? Even the advertisements for lawyers to represent you are quite cumbersome. They're all over the place. So we want protection from creditors. We don't want a lawsuit to destroy our retirement plan. Wouldn't it be great if you got disabled and you went on long-term disability and this company that you're investing in for your retirement tool also put the money in for you for as long as you're disabled or for life? No bank, no GIC, they're not gonna do that for you, okay? We also want it protected from life, meaning when you're saving for retirement, the typical client that we see is family, meaning that when they're saving for their retirement, they're not just saving for themselves. They understand that part of that savings is either for a spouse, possibly to pass on to the kids for education, for a house, for a wedding. It's not just about them. Therefore, we want to make sure that this ideal in retirement tool also comes to fruition, it self-funds itself in the event that you're not there to put payments in. Because again, things can happen. So what we want to do is we want to measure this retirement tool with all of these ideal characteristics in mind. Okay? Now, there's a few tools out there that hit some of these. Tax-free savings account. It's tax-free in, tax-free out. Pretty easy to put in. You can put it into guarantees. Mind you, GICs, the average 5-year GIC over the last 25 years is only about 3 to 3.5%. So the rate of return is not fantastic. Depending on where you invest it, whether if it's at the bank, you do not have protection against bankruptcy and creditors. If it's through a life insurance company, you would. It certainly is not protected. No one's going to fund it if you get disabled. No one's going to fund it if you die. Okay? And typically, depending on where you go, you can pick the range of fees if you do it yourself, if you have it in high interest savings accounts, or if you have full asset management, which have fees associated to it, but you get what you pay for in that regards. So TFSA is the first thing that people will usually talk about. Real estate can be another one of this ideal buffer tools that we could use in retirement. But again, there's no guarantees on real estate. So what is this tool? Question for you. How does your retirement savings plan line up with the ideal retirement tool? Stay tuned. This is the end of day 4. Tomorrow's day 5. There's really only one product out there that meets all of these criterias. when it comes to our retirement tool. And not only is it a great place to be saving money for retirement, but it's also going to unleash the freedom you have on what you've already saved thus far. So stay tuned tomorrow. We're going to go through all the ins and outs of this ideal retirement tool, and we'll see where it goes. Comment below. Is your retirement savings, do they have these characteristics? Which one is most important to you? Comment below, share, like us, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, you name it, we're there. Have a wonderful day. Thank you from Oasis Wealth.